everyone's sort of, what are you doing, Morgan? You're not sailing, are you?
Just wanted to get Jeff.
No, he's like a full-time coach now.
Does he know how to sail?
I think he forgot. Jeff Ecklund, class president, Melges 32 class, owner of the Star. How are you, man?
Good.
Good to see you. I know you guys got to go, but there was an owners meeting last night, and to us, really interesting stuff because you're a one-year-old class with great growth here, despite the economy. 23 boats, 3 more than last year here in Lauderdale, and everything looking really, really strong for the 32 class. Why? What is it that the 32 is offering that the other classes are no longer offering or never offered?
Well, I can't speak for the other classes, but I know that Harry's put together a great boat. It's a fun boat to sail. It's fast as hell, and everybody has a good time sailing it, pros and the drivers. I think that's a big part of it. I think also we've had a little experience building classes, starting with the 24 and a lot of the scout classes from the Midwest. I think it gives us a little head start on building a fleet. But you're right, we're only a year old, and we're tackling a number of issues that some of them make people uneasy, but I think it's going to be really good for the class in the long run and creating an even playing field. Well,
one of the interesting issues that we heard about that you brought up, or someone brought up last night, was you guys are discussing a move to, and it's obviously not a rule yet, but to require owners to be present in all protest hearings.
Yeah.
What's the philosophy behind that?
Well, I think if someone is touching the tiller, they've got to be responsible for their boat, and you can't lay it off on a tactician that and claim that they told you to tack here, tack there, and put yourself in a compromising position. The person touching the tiller is in charge of that boat, and I think they should need to take ownership of the process and be involved with the protest. Now, this doesn't mean that they can't have help and advice from their strategist or tactician or project manager. They can sit shoulder to shoulder, but I think it's very important that the owner talk about the situation on the water and present it, and also their strategist can help be either a witness or a counsel to them. I think it's important they sit in the room and understand more about the rules, and I think that makes the class cleaner, and it may actually reduce some protests and may even resolve quite a few of them with a handshake on the dock at the end of the day too.
Fair enough. I think accountability is a great thing. Something we've pushed for a long time is open protests. Any chance of that happening?
It's a good question. I don't know what the ramifications would be of that, and I don't know if that's an ISAF thing or a class thing, but it's an interesting concept. Someone would have to take a look at it.
Certainly a learning experience. How do you feel about Star's chances this week?
Boy, we're pretty rusty. We haven't been on the water since January. We had a good, successful January, but we haven't been on the water, so I'm feeling a little rusty, and the crew's getting a little rusty, so we're going to do our best, and we'll see what happens.
Well, you've got a young crew full of great sailors. You've got 2 chicks on board, which we love to see, and good luck out there.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks, Jeff.